Okay. Namaste, tic-tac, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone. Alright, hopefully this is the last one. I decided to take it off my face because maybe I'm distracting myself. So I'll just put it on the paintings and I'll just read my notes. Even if I don't understand them, it's because I wrote them the other day. Wrote some of them the other day when I started to get visions and messages from DeeDee. Okay, so I'm not even going to put my music back on because my head's not hurting, but, oh, it's still on anyway. It's still on. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, what DeeDee said to me was, do not fake things. She learned, do not fake things, and she doesn't want her daughter Gypsy faking things. Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not fake things, thou shalt not spoil your children. Do not favor one over the other. Like if you have other children, sometimes people do that. And she said there's a whole bunch of bad karma for that type of thing. Like, in other words, you have one child, of course, you're going to focus on that one child, but don't spoil them. Teach them responsibility, teach them empathy, teach them to clean up after themselves. Of course, don't starve them, don't take away food or shelter, things like that. Do not favor one over the other. That's what my mom did to me. Okay, so in other words, she's saying that DeeDee is saying that her mom favored her over the other children. And it wasn't that she didn't love the other children, but for some reason she thought DeeDee was weak because she was born with some kind of heart murmur or whatnot. By the way, I have a heart murmur too, I was born with. But anyway, don't favor one child over the other because you're supposed to love them the same. Give them all the same opportunity, all the same punishment if they mess up, because that's how they grow up to be more of a well-rounded individual that's empathetic and responsible. Okay, so it might sound like a lot of laws, but it was all about childhood rearing, growing up in a family. Then, she did try to be the best mother, and she was the best mother in certain ways. And then she said and she's pointing to her head again, saying that her head got messed up. And that's how you saw her. She had endometritis, which I have. She had I'm pretty sure she had a thyroid issue, which of course I have, Hashimoto's. Anyhow, she had cancer, and she was treated for her cancer. She had a hysterectomy, but I could not find when she had that done. I think it was around the time that Gypsy was 8 years old, but I'm not 100% sure. If anybody knows, put it in the comments or email me. Okay, teach your children right from wrong. Allow them to be with other kids. I think I said that. Go to school. Very important. Teach them to be accountable for their actions. She doesn't feel Gypsy is sorry for what she did. She doesn't feel that. Compensate for another's love. Do not try to compensate for another's love, i.e. because Rod left or didn't, take part in Gypsy's upbringing that much. Therefore, DeeDee decided to move away and take him out of the picture totally. She's saying that's not good to do, even even though he had his weaknesses, he was still her father. Okay. Now let me take a look at the cards. Kid time. DeeDee, that. Okay, I read that. I read it all. Okay. Be happy to get rid of those pages. When I was doing my crime cards, which I very rarely do, that's what I started out with early this afternoon. And they only usually want you to pick 3, and then reshuffle it. What I got was, my question was, what does DeeDee have to tell me about the circumstances of her murder? And I have spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime, and that was obvious. Spontaneous behavior, well, it wasn't spontaneous because it was planned for 2 years. Okay, mental illness contributed to the crime. Yes, you have to have a lot of mental illness in order to plan a crime and carry it out. And that's what DeeDee wanted us to know. And the second card is premeditated murder. Killer planned out the details in advance. You believe that? See, the cards never lie. Premeditated murder. Killer planned out the details in advance. Look what's in the hand. DeeDee, do you think that Gypsy should still be in jail, prison? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's my child, but absolutely. Okay. Additional evidence is at the crime scene. Okay. I wasn't sure about this, and so I asked her, and I have like a tingling on my left part of my head, and that's usually indication from spirit. Something was missed. That's what she's saying. Like, and so I thought in my head, and I was asking her, will they find it if they went back to that house? And she wasn't sure. She said something was thrown away, and lots of stuff, maybe from the pictures, because she's showing me a picture right now in my head, and it is not the bedroom, it's the kitchen table. She's showing me like the kitchen table, something in the living room in one of those bags, but a lot of the stuff was compromised because they just closed it up. They closed the case. They let Christy and Rod come over in. She wants to know why her family wasn't allowed to go there, or the family didn't want to go there, and that was rethought. And she's saying sorry to her family. I think she's from a family of 5, but I'm not sure. I know she has several sisters and a brother. And she's kind of telling me that she is sorry that she didn't stay closer to them. She said, I flipped out when Mama died, which a lot of people do in families. When their mother dies, the whole family breaks apart. And she wasn't proud of herself, she's saying. But additional evidence, if you look at those pictures again, I don't know if they'll look into it. Okay, and then when I said, give me a couple of cards from the tarot, I got all pentacles, right? This is money. A woman over 25, dark eyes, dark hair, unless they dye it blonde, worrying about the pentacles, the money. This is all kinds of inheritance and fortune. And then I was happy we got the Justice card. The Justice came. Justice will be done, she said. And that's a good way to end it. Thank you, DeeDee, for everything. Thank you for talking to me. I'm always open for you if you want to visit again. Namaste. God bless.